So a couple weeks ago, I was in class and I was just listening to a conversation that my classmates were having. And they were talking about an all-deaf school they just heard about, and I thought it was really cool that they knew about deaf culture or a little bit about it, and they knew about deaf people and language. And then their conversation progressed, and they started mocking them, and they started being a little rude and kind of distasteful, and they were mocking sounds that deaf people make. They were kind of puzzled, like, why would there be a school dedicated to deaf students? I was wondering, why would there not be a school dedicated to their needs? There's schools for the blind. There's programs for people who are just learning English. And there's a program for you who is someone who's not challenged by average school. So why is this something that puzzles you? It was incredible to see that there were still prejudices and that people were so ignorant, especially my classmates. Here they are, they're mocking deaf people. They're wondering why there's a school for people when they can't hear. They can do everything else, yet you're still mocking them. After hearing this conversation, rather than interjecting, I stepped back and I thought about, well, probably 6 months ago, before I was really into deaf culture, I would have been in the same boat as them. I would have laughed and just went about my day afterwards and thought, well, it was just a comment. But knowing about deaf culture as much as I do now, I realize that it's really not their fault that they're uneducated, but it's really something that they need. They need to be educated because it's ridiculous that they think it's okay to say that. I want to make this documentary because in reality, I have deaf friends, I have hearing friends, and I want to educate people now. Because I've been educated, and it's so much better to know about deaf culture. It's a lot better than just being in the dark and thinking it's okay to make jokes like that.
And I didn't really know what to do about it. I definitely looked up and completely trusted what my brother
Today we went to a high school, and I pet.
I was posing for a picture with all of my girlfriends when all of a sudden one of them reached over.
I was always frustrated because I didn't know what was going on. I would say now that I'm progressively losing my hearing quicker, you have your good days and your bad days. You're okay with being deaf or becoming deaf, but you're not like excited about it. I mean, I love deaf culture, so that makes it easy. And as a kid, I loved deaf culture. But the whole process is really scary, honestly. Yeah. It's like super frightening. Yeah, I mean, I get comments like, but you heard me do this, and those are the ones that really make me be like, yeah, I heard you, but that doesn't mean I really know what's going on. Or, like I went on a date the other day, and the person talking to me just could not figure out that I need you to look at me, and I need you to slow down. So those are fun conversations where I have to yell at people to be like, just stop, just slow it down.
Can you read my lips?
Can you read
My lips.
Can you read?
Can you read my lips? Can you read her lips?
My dog Clementine loves bread. She stole a loaf off the counter.
Can you read his lips?
I have 2 dogs. One boxer, she's 7.5, and one mixed breed who's 8. And recently,
I am deaf, but my word. What the f is a hearing one? I rely on the visual, not the auditory.
I was at a friend's house, and her roommate goes, well, you sound hearing, or you act hearing. And I was like, I don't really even know what that means right now, so I'm going to let you slide on that. Within the deaf community, pretty much everybody will accept me. I do get lost a lot because ASL is so fast sometimes. And if I'm at a party and everybody's using ASL, I have no clue who's talking to me. But then hearing culture, because I do miss so much, having to like make people slow down, having to make people look at me sometimes is a struggle. I wish more people knew ASL, or I wish more people would like slow down or just learn how to be nice to a deaf person.
The word lip reading implies reading, like reading a book
whose text is legible and clear.
But the human face isn't a book, and lip reading isn't reading. People mumble. People talk fast and laugh loudly. People have facial hair like porcupines, lips like sphincters. People cover their mouths. People have accents. But real conversations don't take place in the studio.
Growing up, I used to.
I'm putting together a puzzle without all the pieces. I lock in on your mouth. I try to grasp with one sense information intended for another.
There's definitely a lot of stigmas. Learning only ASL causes you to, a lot of times, not be able to read as well. There's just a lot of job discrimination against the deaf for, reasons that people make sense to other people but are illegal and totally not okay. But I haven't experienced those personally, just because I don't tell people, especially if I try to get a job, nobody knows I'm deaf.
There have been times when I've questioned why I even tried to read. To wade through the swamp, when I could just use sign language. Some deaf people choose to do just that. It's like a different world. A world filled with rich expression and culture. When people sound, they come alive. But I know I want both worlds. Communication is never a given.
Which is crazy because I present very much as just hearing, and it's not until I tell somebody that I'm hard of hearing or something that I get slack for it. And I recently had a thing where my ex was like, "Well, deaf people can't drive," and I was like, "Actually, we're better drivers. Literally, by statistics, we're better drivers."
When I was little, my family got a cat.
Like, why don't you just hit him in the face? That was like the last thing that I ever
Guinea
wrote.
pig.
Last winter I learned how to skate. I only cried twice.
But when the reading works, when I focus on one legible face and launch into a conversation, something clicks. Right then, I feel something extraordinary.
Human connection.